welcome back. As some of you know, my name is Olga, and today I bring you a bit of a longer practice because I really want to fully relax and release. So today we're just going to do really calming kind of floor stretches. It's very much yin inspired. And the focus and the target area of the body is going to be the lower back, as well as the chest and shoulders. So yeah, just some areas where we very often hold a lot of tension, a lot of stress, trauma, a lot of things get bottled up and stored. So in this longer practice, we're just going to really allow ourselves to take it easy and fully unwind and allow that stress to just kind of like find its way out of our body. So just before we come to lie down onto our mats, we're just going to place our palms together in front of our heart. And we're going to soften the gaze or just close our eyes completely, just to really initiate this practice. To allow ourselves to really know that the next hour will be just for ourselves. So taking a deep inhale through the nostril, allowing it to travel all the way down, filling each and every part of your body with oxygen. And release the inhale, taking a deep breath out. Maybe setting an intention for the next hour. And whenever you're ready, bowing your head down towards your fingertips to really seal this intention. And we're going to get started by lying down. So making our way down to a reclined bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. So bringing our feet to a diamond shape and resting your palms on your belly. The soles of the feet are touching. And maybe kind of squeeze your elbows, not your elbows, sorry, your shoulders together. Pressing each and every vertebra of the spine down onto the surface that is holding you. Tuning in to your breathing pattern. Noticing the quality of your breath today without necessarily judging it or tagging it as good or bad. Just noticing its depth, its speed, whether it's shallow or deeper. Just noticing. And tucking your chin in towards your chest to create that length through the neck, the back of the neck. And with your next inhale, stretch your left leg out and bring your right knee in towards the chest. Interlock your palms, your fingers over the right knee, and just squeeze your knee, your bent leg in towards your chest. Oh my God, so many mosquitoes. And now rotating the foot, the ankle 3 times one way and 3 times the other way. As you inhale, bend the stretched out leg and just placing that right ankle over the kneecap, finding this figure 4. And now just turning over towards your left side. And then just allowing your spine to kind of twist over to the left. No pressure here, just allowing yourself to melt over your left side. See if you can notice any elongation through your lower back. And you might want to stay here, or then just kind of bring that figure 4 shape again, a bit more pronounced now, so that your right knee is pointing up towards the sky. If this feels good, stay here. Otherwise, coming back to the position we were in earlier. As you inhale, coming through center. And now just sending the right leg, stretching it out, interlocking your fingers just on top of your left knee to squeeze it in towards your chest. Notice the contraction of your psoas muscle here. Already noticing whether there's some tension. And now let's bring some movement into the joints by just circling the left ankle 3 times one way and then changing direction. Bending the stretched knee, the stretched leg, in towards the chest, and then just coming to that figure 4 shape before we send it over to our right side. And again, choosing your variation here. So either allowing that knee to come closer towards the floor, perhaps kind of pulling it very gently with that right palm. Or if you feel like this is more comfortable for you, just letting that left knee point up towards the ceiling instead. Just looking over our right shoulder. And inhaling, coming back to center, stretching both legs out. Now bring your toes together. Inhale, stretch your arms out long. Come to a really deep, long morning stretch. So inhale, just push your arms overhead. Push your legs out. And we're going to start walking it over to the left side. We want to kind of like bring a bit of like a banana shape, a C shape with the body. So just lengthening through the right side body, the rib cage. Inhaling, kind of walking it back to center. And then just changing sides. Keeping the hips on the ground. And staying for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As we inhale, we come back to center, releasing the hands to either side, forming a T shape with the arms. So kind of like a cactus or an angel. And now just moving your palms up so your fingertips point towards the sky, and then just bring them all the way down. So kind of rotating the shoulders whilst lying down. And we'll do this 3 times. Inhale, fingertips come up to the sky. Exhale, top of the palm down. Inhale, fingertips point up to the sky. And exhale, the full palm is down. This is a bit of an awkward position to be in for our shoulders. Coming back to center and then just releasing it down. Now bending both knees into the chest. Hug both your knees in. Give them a bit of a squeeze. Stay here. Or maybe start to bring the forehead up to touch the kneecaps. Release it down. Crossing one leg over the other. And ever so slightly coming to an all fours position. Stacking your shoulders directly on top of your elbows and wrists, spreading through the fingertips. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to thread the needle. As you inhale, we're going to press that left palm down. Push yourself up. Find your tabletop. Now walk your feet a little bit backwards and start to walk your hands and your fingertips forward. We're going to come to your melting heart or your puppy dog. So just feeling the opening through your shoulders and your armpits, wherever you feel a healthy amount of sensation, that's where you want to find stillness. So not pushing our bodies, remembering that this is all about releasing and relaxing. Really like using the inhale to breathe in space. The space that we'll use to melt deeper into the posture. And if your chest comes all the way towards the mat, that's lovely. And otherwise, just stay wherever your body needs to be today, honoring that. Either resting the forehead or the tip of the nose or the chin down. Staying for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you inhale, come up very slowly. Finger crawl your palms back towards your body. And we're going to find frog. So this is a little bit of an intense pose. We're not going to go all the way down because it's a bit too early in our practice. And we haven't warmed up the hips all that much. But essentially you want to find a 90-degree angle with your legs. So your knees and your ankles are in one line. And once you find a comfortable position, and I mean comfortable, not too intense, just sending the hips a little bit back. You might already feel sensation here. Otherwise, just open the knees a little bit further out. And then allowing your chest to melt down onto the ground again. You either stay here in your forearms or you come all the way down. Either softening the gaze or closing your eyes. Gently push yourself up with the forearms and slowly exiting the pose, finding your tabletop once again, finding the alignments. Spine is straight, and as you inhale, send the left arm all the way up to the sky, rotating the spine. Exhale, we're gonna thread the needle under and just resting the left ear onto the mat, and either keeping your right fingertips where they are, just in line with your face, or perhaps moving them forwards overhead, bringing a slightly deeper sensation here. We're going to stay here for a brief moment. Using the tool of the breath to deepen our asana in a way that is loving and nourishing rather than forceful. And ever so slightly bring your right palm next to the face, push yourself up. And start to lean your body weight forwards, completely lying down on your belly. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs, engage the kneecaps, and come up for a baby cobra. Exhale, release. As you inhale, bring a bit more length to your cobra. Exhale, release. This time, with your next inhale, lift the chest up, shine the heart forward, and then just place your forearms down in front of you, rolling the shoulder blades back. And this is quite an active pose. You don't want to collapse through your shoulders, but you want to just keep engaging the muscles here so that you're actually pulling your chest forward whilst your elbows energetically pull back. We're going to stay here for a minute or so. Chin is parallel to the chest. Keep pressing the shoulders back. You might feel sensations here down in the lower back area, a bit of contraction or shortening. As you exhale, releasing the pulse, just placing your arms all the way down to either side of your body. And just resting here for a moment. Inhale, look forward, come back to that Sphinx. But this time, actually, we want to have our palms to the either edge of the mat. So your stance is a little bit wider. Either stay here, like slightly lifting the forearms, or completely stretching out the arms for a deeper sensation. So this can be a bit of an intense lower back stretch. So again, honoring where you are, noticing where you are, and not really forcing anything. And with your next breath out, you're going to just allow your torso to melt over the mat. Again, now send the other side of your face, your other cheek down, and then bringing the arms next to your body. Inhale, lift up, pressing yourself up, and find a kneeling position. So the shins are on the mat. Rolling the shoulders back. Now tilt your pelvis forward. You don't want to arch the spine here. We want to protect our lower back. So feel as though your hips want to pull forward. And now slowly, slowly, slowly lean back, allowing your left hand to fall over your left heel, and then just circling your right hand all the way up and over, finding a camel pose. Again, not collapsing through the spine, but really keep engaging those glutes so that your hips keep pushing forward and that they are directly on top of your knees. Allow your chest to shine up towards the sky, opening the heart, opening the chest, opening the throat. For 3, 2, 1. Placing both palms as if you had some pockets, and coming down, resting here in Vajrasana, in our hero pose, kneeling down for a moment before we just release the torso forward. And here, once again, not pulling. We just twisted the spine. We just bent the spine backwards. So we don't want to pull it forward. You kind of want to ease into it. As you inhale, make your way into Sukhasana, into an easy seat. So just easy cross-legged seats. So the next part of the flow is going to be a little bit more focused on our hips. We're going to come to a straddle position, which can also be a little bit intense. So if it's more comfortable for you, you can always keep your knees bent. I'm going to turn over facing you to make it a little bit more clear. But essentially what we want to do is just send both legs out to the side. If this is not accessible, then as I said, just bending the knees, but you want to point your toes up towards the sky. You want to flex your toes. It might be more comfortable for you to find some elongation on the hips. So maybe grabbing a block, a bolster, or maybe a jumper, a t-shirt, anything that you can just place just below your glutes to sit on and just kind of give yourself a little bit more length. Breathing in here. And as you exhale, twisting the torso over to face your right leg, and then just allow yourself to fall over, maybe grabbing the ankle, maybe grabbing the sole of the foot, and then either staying here up tall, or perhaps just allowing your chest to melt over your right leg and perhaps touching your knee with your chin or your nose or your forehead, wherever you are. And trying to really take deep breaths here. Inhale, come up head first. Exhale, walk your hands over towards your left side. tilting your torso. Your torso is also facing towards your left toes. Inhale here. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Inhale fully. Exhale, release. This is a very deep stretch for the hamstrings. So just finding that healthy amount of sensation. A comfortable sensation rather than pain. Just a little bit of discomfort. That's what we want to work with. A tiny bit of discomfort. Sensation of elongation, of stretching, of lengthening. Inhale. Bring your palms back to center. Perhaps fold a little bit forward. And let's make our way back to our tabletop. Look forward, keep your spine straight. Inhale, send the right leg back and away so that your shin bone is parallel to the mat. And inhale, bend the knee in towards the chest and then just step it forward to the outer edge of your mat, finding a lizard lunge. Inhale here, keep sending that pelvis forward and down, really opening through the psoas muscle and the hip flexors here. Coming to your fingertips or your palms. With your next breath, come to the outer edge of your right foot. So just kind of like lean your knee out. Just kind of send your knee out to the side. Maybe even use the right palm to glide that knee. Not push it, but just kind of like send it towards that direction. And then just kind of flipping your torso up and gazing past your right shoulder. We'll stay here for 5, 4. Energetically pull that left hip, left psoas down onto the mat. For 3. As your right shoulder reaches back. For 2. And final breath in. Final breath out. Inhale ever so slightly, moving with love, compassion, and kindness. We're going to heel toe the foot over towards the outer edge of your mat, the other outer edge, the left one now, so that we're slowly moving towards a pigeon position. This means that your back leg, your left one, is lengthened straight. You might want to just look back to make sure that it's in a straight line. Your pelvis is squaring down onto the mat, and your torso is upright. Now the front leg, the one that is bent, should be in a diagonal line kind of situation. Inhale here, exhale, we're going to fold over. And again, just choosing your variation, either staying upright if that's where you want to be in today. You can either come to your forearms, you can either allow your torso to melt over your front knee or your front shin bone. Wherever you feel comfortable, because we're going to hold it for a couple minutes here. And your head can be looking towards the left or the right. It can be face down, whatever option. Really releasing through the hips, the glutes, and the lower back. With your next inhale, very slowly making your way back up. Staying upright for a moment, chin parallel to the chest. You might notice a little bit of a tingling sensation on your limbs. That is completely normal, nothing to be wary of. Inhale, glide the back leg forward and coming to your half splits by heel toeing the front foot forwards and just really like lengthening the front leg now so that your hamstring is stretching, flexing the toes, pointing them towards the sky. Stay here. If this is not possible, of course, always micro bending the knee to protect the hamstring, to protect the kneecap. The same here, lowering your torso, folding it over your front leg. And now just sending that front heel back. We're going to move into a half frog. So essentially coming forward so that you're lying down on your belly, but your right leg is held to the side and bent at a 90-degree angle. So basically your left leg is stretched out, is lengthened, but your right is just in a sort of like a half square. Your arms can just rest in a T shape like this. Or perhaps just making a little pillow with the palms. And just feeling the right hip flexor come into contact with the surface beneath you. Softening the gaze. Keeping your eyes closed. With your next inhale, come all the way up. Finding that tabletop once again. Just for a brief moment, chin is parallel to the ground. Inhale as you send your left leg parallel to the mat. Flexing the toes so that they point towards the ground. With your next inhale, bending the knee and then just sending it to the outer edge of your mat, finding that lizard lunge. And then energetically pulling your hips forwards and down. Staying here for a moment, either in your fingertips or on your palms. Look forward, take a breath in, and as you exhale, just start to lean over, coming to the outer edge of your left foot so that your knee is also opening out to the sides. You can either stay here if you're already feeling the sensations through your psoas, or you can, of course, use your left palm to just send it a little bit further in that direction. Using your breath to kind of twist and turn in a way that is nourishing and gentle. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling, coming to center, and then just heel toeing your left foot over towards the other edge of your mat, making sure your hips are squaring down. Maybe look back to ensure the back leg is in a straight line, and then reaching your torso upright, rolling the shoulder blades back, either staying here or making your way down to your forearms, or perhaps towards your hands. And seeing if you can find a moment of stillness and really kind of sit with this sensation and discomfort. Maybe visualizing all the things that you want to release from your body that might be storing, that you might be bottling up. Imagine them just leaving with every breath out. We'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. As you come up, start to glide the back leg a little bit closer to you, and then send your front leg very slowly all the way overhead, and then just lengthening that front leg and either micro bending or stretching it out. But very important to flex your toes here and either keeping the spine long or maybe folding it over that front leg. Inhale, look up. Exhale, send the front leg back. Bend it at a 90-degree angle as you lean your body forward, finding that half frog pose, where this is all about opening the front of the hips, the hip flexors. And your arms can come to a T shape, if that feels comfortable for you. Slowly start making your way up by bringing your palms just below your shoulders. and lifting your torso up, closing in that leg and lying back down on our belly. Bring your palms, your hands out in a T shape once again, and bend the left knee inward so that your heel is coming closer towards your glutes. Now, using the fingertips of the left hand, you're going to just kind of pivot over towards your right. So your leg, the one that's bent, comes kind of like a step backward. And you can either stay here or maybe bring that arm forwards, or maybe even circling it back and bringing it behind you and opening through that left shoulder. Kind of squeeze your shoulder blades together here. You should really be feeling some sensation, opening sensation through your shoulders. You can really modify the intensity of the stretch by using the back foot. So you can step it even further away for a more intense feeling, or bringing it closer and kind of leaning back down by sending that kind of belly button down towards the mat if you want less of a stretch. Roll yourself back towards your belly. Press your right palm down to make a bit of an opening, so that your left hand can thread the needle under that right armpit, and now your left ear is pressed against the mat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, finding your center line. Once again, come towards your belly, lie down on your belly, and we'll do the same on your other side, on our other sides. Inhale, reach forwards, bending the right knee inwards so that your heel comes closer to your glutes. And very slowly rotating it over, stepping it back behind us, allowing the left ear to press against the mat. And choosing your modification and choosing the intensity. Just playing around with what sensations feel good, which ones might not feel so good. But knowing that it's okay to tone it down or to not go to the edge of what you're able to. Every single day is different, and our bodies constantly need different things, and that's okay. As you inhale, bring your back leg down again, walking that left palm in front of you, placing it down, lifting the torso ever so slightly, so you can just glide your right palm below your right arm below your armpits. And twisting over to gaze past your left shoulder. And we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly making your way back. And in any way you want, we'll find our supine position, our reclined position again. So just lying down on our backs and feeling each and every vertebra on our spine. 1. Bend both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. And now just rotating the knees. Give your lower back a bit of a massage. Changing the direction of the movement. Squeeze your knees in one more time. See if they can perhaps come into contact with your chest. Take a deep inhale and exhale as you make your way to your Shavasana. Finding your final resting pose. Just breathing here. Naturally, without effort. Letting go of the forceful movements. Just coming back to that natural breathing pattern. Noticing whether its nature changed from the state it was when you began the practice. Notice whether perhaps your nervous system feels calmer. Whether your muscles feel looser. Whether your mind feels more at ease. And you're more than welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need. But if you're ready to end your practice, start to reawaken your body by fidgeting with your fingertips and your toes, wiggling around any movements that you might need. Bending the knees in, drawing your heels closer towards your glutes. and folding to either side of your body. I encourage you to fold towards the right so that your heart is directly facing the sky. And taking a breath here. And using your palm to lift you up. Coming to any comfortable position. Grounding your sit bones onto your mat and closing your eyes. And placing your palms in front of your heart. Namaskar Mudra. Taking a moment of gratitude for yourself. For rolling out your mat, showing up and practicing and nourishing yourself. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me, moving with me. I truly hope that you enjoyed this practice. If you did, please like it, write a comment. Any feedback is more than welcome. Anything that you would want to see a bit more of in this channel. And of course, I am very passionate about being here, but the only way that I can keep doing this is if you consider maybe subscribing to my channel. It really helps. So yeah, I hope to see you here again. Thank you very much. Namaste.